My name's Mike Monarch. I'm the owner and operator of Mass MVMNT here in Hingham, Mass. We just had our 5th year anniversary of the gym being open, but the story of Mass MVMNT actually started way before then, when I was 14 years old, believe it or not. At 14, my father finally allowed me to start lifting weights, and I immediately got really excited about weightlifting and that whole kind of community, and that's where kind of treating myself in a healthy way really started. And I remember getting muscle and fitness magazines. There'd be these little advertisements for owning your own gym. You call this number and you could own your own gym. And I would daydream about this thing all the time. Years and years went by. I stayed true to being into fitness and health. I got certified as a personal trainer back in the early 90s and just kind of did it on the side for fun. But it wasn't until 5 years ago, after a very long career in technology, that I decided to open up the gym. I've been busy. I've gone to college. I was with my wife when she went through grad school. We raised 2 children. We moved around the country 4 different times. My wife started up her own business, so I helped her with that. I had a long career in tech, like I said, 20 years at Microsoft, almost 20 years at Microsoft. But throughout all of that, I still managed to stay fit and healthy. To me, it's not that complicated. And I know to a lot of other people it is complicated. So I really feel like my purpose in life is to help other people achieve that in their life in an uncomplicated way. And as the years went on, I yearned for this gym more and more and more, and I got less and less and less interested in the projects I was working on in technology. They were very fulfilling at a certain time in my life, but over the years it became less and less fulfilling. What was more fulfilling to me was helping somebody get healthier. I didn't want to be 80 years old looking back saying that one thing I was passionate about my entire life I never did. I needed to jump ship from tech and open up the gym. And as scary as it was, with a mortgage and 2 kids about to go to college and all that kind of stuff, I did it, and I haven't looked back. And then you run out real fast. All right, heck yeah, man. We have a squad, and there's a few others that have signed up. They may come straggling in, so this group may get actually larger. But this is the end of our deload week. Well, I guess technically tomorrow is, but this is our last actual deload workout. And then we get back onto the heavy stuff again on Monday. So what we have today is VIP. I guess this might stand for very Italian people or something, but VIP business, 8 rounds for time. We've got 12-calorie row for everybody, 10 push presses at 115.75, and 8 burpees to a target. That means we're gonna do a burpee, jump up and tap something that's about 6 inches above our reach. Okay, it could be these rings, it could be off the rig, something like that. We have a lot of people. Lady doesn't know how to sign up. She still doesn't understand the process, the time frame.
The earliest I've ever done. I did it last night.
All right, let's see it.
I can sustain with 75 But you say that, then would be the issue though with this or doing the that's the only reason why. Oh,
yeah, so I wanted to be.
Get up.
You realize how much shoulder involved in that?
Gotta get up, Michelle.
Quick thing, one pull, one tap.
Don't throw up. Throw up or blow.
Blow up.
Either
Like
one.
if I go too fast at the beginning, which is my tendency.
2 minutes max per round.
2 minutes.
You'll be done in
max.
16 minutes, all right?
All right.
All right.
2 minutes.
All right. It's been set. It's been set. Get nice and tall through sprints. So think about growing tall.
Here you go. Go, Joe.
It's inspiring. Like when you come into a class, the energy is amazing. Even if you're, had a long day and you're just not feeling it, you didn't sleep well the night before, you don't feel like working out. If you walk over that threshold, the energy kind of takes you along with it, and you end up with an amazing workout. leave feeling better than when you came in. So we don't want to do things if it's not fun. Yeah, we take our training here very seriously. We put a lot of thought into how we program and how we coach, but we as coaches have a ton of fun. We want everybody else to have fun too.
Coming down first?
Yeah. It's also too, just like, come on this pizza, you make it like this.
What can I get for you? Pepperoni?
John, John's gonna have his fresh brick and mortar open, like, and see what What? The pizza oven's so low, like.
The main reason why a gym like this is so successful is the experience that you get. And a lot of that experience comes from the community and the culture that you build. Biggest pieces of feedback I get from new members, like immediately after joining, is they were all surprised at how welcoming everybody was.
You don't have it right here. That makes sense. Thank you. No problem.
And how supportive they all were and how they felt like they'd already known him for a long time. And, you know, once you experience something like that, you realize how special it is. You want more of it. You're more apt to show up. For my personality, being somebody who loves to interact with people, this is a way better environment for me to unleash that than sitting behind a keyboard designing software. You know, I'm able to like really let that part of myself out. I think that attracts a lot of people who are also very much like that, and as a result, it's just a very fun community.
You know, I consider these people my friends, and it's a social event as much as it is a physical test. I'm Mike Farina, and I am a member here at Mass Movement.
And you can really form like relationships with people in class with you, with the coaches.
My name is Morgan Kelly. I'm a member of the gym for about a year now.
I'm a people person. I love interacting with people one-on-one and as a group. My coaches, literally every single one of them, is the same. And they love the interaction. To show up here and work a full day and go home, it doesn't feel like work.
What's happened back here? We've had people hiding drugs, people going to the bathroom in the parking lot, moms having their kids go to the bathroom in there, 20-something-year-olds hiding drugs in the woods.
The homeless guy last
School
year?
bus driver pulled a school bus back here and pissed in the lot when I came out and screamed at him. People throwing stuff, toilets, they throw toilets in that thing. I had a woman with like 5 or 6 different vacuum cleaners thrown in the thing, and I came out. It's ongoing, constantly. You have no idea. Like,
We have people in the 60s and 70s that train here. They're doing the same exact workout that me and everybody else is doing here. They're doing it at an intensity level that's right for them, but they're clearly older than us. They're doing just fine, and they're getting stronger week over week, month over month. They're feeling good. They're not getting hurt.
squeeze from here. Good, pull back. Breathe and puff your chest up.
In essence, their quality of life has improved as a result of this type of training. You know, one of our members, she's early 60s, started training with us, and she's not able to do lunges, whether they're walking lunges or even just stationary lunges. So she's unable to do those without holding onto the rig or holding onto something to help her pull up. But the great thing about her is she didn't let that stop her. She showed up and she scaled appropriately, and over time, she got stronger. Now she actually does walking lunges the length of the room holding dumbbells, which is awesome. And I think she's 65 now. So, you know, she could have decided that this is too intense for me. I can't do that movement. I need to go somewhere else or just not do this at all. But instead, she decided, I clearly need this. I'm gonna do it at an intensity that's right for me, and I'm gonna work on getting stronger little by little. And it worked. And she's here all the time. And we have a number of other examples just like that. You know, people join, there are things they can't do yet, but they stayed consistent, and now they're able to do them.
I just turned 50 this year, and I'm really proud of the fact that, you know, I turned 50 in much better physical condition than I was when I turned 40.
Well, when we start using age as an excuse, we're really limiting ourselves, right? Not only are you gonna limit yourself in the gym, but you're gonna limit yourself from what you do outside of the gym. And that could be, you know, any activities that you used to enjoy when you were younger. There's no reason why we can't run and hike and ski and bike and do obstacle course races or whatever the heck it is. There's no reason why we can't pick up our grandchildren when we're in our 80s, right? Think about that, right? So if I use age as an excuse now in my 50s, what's gonna happen when I'm in my 80s? I'm not gonna be able to do probably most of those things that I just said. I'm not gonna be able to pick up my grandkids. I might not be able to go on hikes with them. Why? Because I've let my strength, I've let my fitness go to the wayside because I thought I was old, and now that I am older, I'm unable to do those things. Now, a lot of us, we just love getting strong, we wanna get big, we joke about getting jacked and tanned, it's mostly a joke, but really this stuff is supposed to help us do really cool things outside of the gym. Right? So by improving our movement patterns and improving our strength and improving our, cardiorespiratory capacity and health, we're able to do more things outside of the gym without getting injured.
No, it's a thigh stand, and then I think that the reason I like acro so much is it kind of combines a lot of the different elements of like sports, connection, movement that I really enjoy. You're not used to like touching people and being near people in close contact, and acro offers like a really unique space for that, where it's not a sexual touch. It's not like we're going to a club with people, but you're touching people in this like non-sexual but still intimate way, and it's like a connection with people. So I think that it just offers like a really unique way of like showing up for people and showing up for community. It's like international. People do acro yoga like globally, and I think the piece of it that makes it really special is like this intentional community. So people are like deciding to come together and build spaces that are inclusive and accepting and open. I mean, it's similar to what Mike's doing at Mass Movement, right? Like he's choosing to build an intentional space for the community where people can come and better themselves, better each other, just by like showing up and being present together.
This style of training, CrossFit, intense, strength and conditioning type workouts have helped me all over the place in my life. It gave me confidence in my workplace. So I was doing CrossFit back when I was still at Microsoft. Like I was really uncomfortable speaking in front of people. I would have to go and do presentations and like really show my work to the general managers and VPs and stuff at Microsoft, and that used to be a daunting experience for me. But after this sort of training, it's amazing. I became very comfortable with it. Because in my mind, I was like, I've done something harder than this. I've gotten through some insane workouts and I came out the other side okay. So it built a lot of mental toughness that, I then was able to apply out there in the real world. Because this stuff is really hard, right? And there's a lot of times we can look at a challenge in life and go, I don't know how I can do this. And a lot of times what happens is people either avoid it or they postpone it until they have a solution for how they know that they're gonna succeed 100%. When instead what you need to do is just start down the path, chip away at it, get through it, know that even though you don't know necessarily how you're gonna get to the end, you will get to the end.
Push your belly into the bag, let's go. Come on, commit. Let's go!
Keep getting it up there, keep fighting it.
And I have done plenty of workouts where I'm like, I don't know how the heck I'm gonna get through this thing. Well, there's only one way. Start with the first rep, keep working your way through, you come out the other side, and you're like, wow, I got through that. And I actually started treating a lot of my projects in tech the same way. I have the option to quit, so I'm not gonna die. I can always quit if something happens, right? There's always an out, but I'm gonna push that off until there's literally nothing else I can do. Like I have no other option. What I've learned over the years through myself and from watching others is that our bodies are capable of way more than our minds are willing to put it through. In some of these long, tough workouts, you really get to exercise that, and that's kind of a win. And so these little small wins you start to accrue in the gym add up to like really big things, and that adds up in confidence. And now you can take that confidence literally anywhere in the world. You know, whether you're dealing with a project, a difficult boss, you know, you're taking care of someone at home that's really sick and you're still busy, maybe it's cancer, maybe it's anything. These are like really, really hard life challenges. And being mentally tough enough to get through them is super important. Every day you come in, it's gonna be difficult. Some days worse than others. And it becomes a way of life, and it changes you not only physically, but mentally.
You're an amazing coach. You're a good person. I love you. But just that visual of you going up like this, your arms are just like you're a short guy, but your arms are even shorter.
Oh, my arms are. I have like T-Rex arms.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why I always say in the class, I got alligator arms. If I hold it here, you should be longer than that.
I know.
That was my benefit today. The one benefit I had today.
The first 3 sets when I was with you, you just like crank them out.
One of the really cool benefits of this style training and this sort of gym is just the confidence that it creates in people.
My dad's gym has given me like an insane amount of confidence.
I've been more up for a challenge regardless of what it is.
I feel most confident like when I'm at the gym.
People build confidence with this. They build confidence because the workouts look really hard and they manage to get through it and they chalk that up as a win. And all these small wins start to accrue. It's personally changed my life in an incredible way. You know, when I was a kid, I had very low self-esteem and very low confidence. Like I was the kid in school who would not read in front of the class. You know, if there was a school thing where everybody had to get on stage and sing, I would, even if there was 50 kids, I'd sit there. My mouth wouldn't even, while everybody's singing, I just didn't have it. My father was one of these guys who was just really good at everything. And he made sure you knew it. What I kept hearing and was coming directly from him a lot was, you know, you'll never be as good of a baseball player as I was. I was a varsity starting pitcher as a freshman in high school. Played football, played hockey, he was great at all of them. He was strong. He was really good with his hands. He was a good mechanic. And he knew I liked working on cars too. And, you know, I would hear all the time, it's like, I forgot more about cars than you'll ever know. Even after I separated from that, that was the dialogue. That was, you know, the message that was still permeating in my mind throughout, I don't know, I'd say all the way up until my mid-30s. I would try to do something, it's like, well, I'm probably not gonna be good at that. I'm not even gonna try it. Or if I tried it, I would fail and say, well, see, I think I just manifested the failure. And I started to break out of that and realize that, no, I am actually good at things. Like I got into cycling, I got really good at cycling. And I started getting into this sort of training. I got really good at it. But it wasn't until, you know, I got probably into, I'd say into my 30s, where I really started training like this, that things started to change for me. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I'm not what I thought I was or what my dad thought I was. I'm something different, you know? It expanded into my work, into how I became as a parent.
Hell yeah, Liv. Heck yeah. Give Tom as little rest as possible.
Let's go, Tommy.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Olivia Monarch. I am the daughter of Michael Monarch. He has raised us to be like, have the strength and have the self-confidence to stand up for ourselves and go after what we want, but then also be loving and gentle and kind how he wishes his father was to him. He had a great mother. I think he's trying a little bit more to be like her and not like his dad.
Yeah, the whole notion of like not getting any praise growing up for like literally anything And feeling that sting, like I became sensitive to that. So I've always kind of thrived or gone out of my way to give other people praise for what they do.
He definitely tries to not be like his dad, and I think it's definitely working.
No, so I kind of broke off from my dad a long time ago, and then we started getting back in contact again after my mother had divorced him. He moved away to try to change things, and it didn't work, and he ended up taking his own life. And so he was, I think I'm at his age now. I think he was 52 or 53 when he took his life. So it's crazy to think that I'm at my father's age now, you know? And that was just under 18 years ago. Cece was just born. Like, she was like 4 months old. Oh my goodness. This is me and my grandfather.
Wow. That's an old photo.
That's an old pic. I'm like looking at these, I'm like, it wouldn't even pick it up. Me and my sister, my little brother.
Favorite brother?
Yeah. Another little picture of me. That's an old pic, dog. Graduation, and that's my sister. That's high school, and that's my father and my brother. I didn't grow up with my brother.
Oh, were you a lot older?
Yeah. I was 22, 23, something like that. There we go, I'm probably 15 or so.
Yep. That dude Frank's out front.
Frank who?
Oh, the guy Frank. What the fuck?
Look at some of these things.
Wow. Holy shit. No fucking Rocky Balboa over here. Oh my god. No fucking seagulls. That's it. Look at my dog getting it done.
Yeah, he ain't going back then.
Yes, you did. Oh, fucking snake.
I never knew what my purpose in life was until this year, really. And I honestly think that my purpose is what I'm doing now. When I grew up, like, my family wasn't like this. They weren't healthy. Yeah, my father would lift weights, but he was a heavy drinker and a heavy smoker, and he didn't eat healthy, right? He would just lift weights. For some weird reason, in my early teens, I decided that I wanted to be a healthy person, and I don't know why. I don't know where it came from, but I started eating differently than the rest of the family. I never smoked. I didn't drink alcohol growing up. You know, we would watch movies and everybody's eating chips and stuff, and I would literally, I remember I would get a head of lettuce and I would go eat lettuce watching a movie. And that just kept spiraling. And I feel like, you know, it's come full circle because now I own this gym, and what I feel like my purpose is inspire people to fall in love with fitness, right? And I think that all started when I was a young teenager. I think I can show people that. I've lived it myself. And anybody can do it, even if your environment, like we talk about the logical levels of change, and the very bottom of the pyramid is environment. And the environment kind of affects, you know, a lot of your stuff. So one thing to do is be aware of what's my environment, because that's having an impact on me, and how can I change my environment so that it will support my goals. I grew up in an environment that didn't support my goals, but somehow managed to realize that and pull out of it. You know, because my childhood at the time when I was living in it, it just felt so long. Like I couldn't wait to get out of it. You know, there's something about the grind and like resilience and like getting through that. It was unfortunate. It actually did build a lot of resilience in this, you know, like I can always do one more step. I can always turn the crank one more time. Just keep on turning the crank. You're gonna get through this type of thing, and it's like ingrained in me at this point. You know, I had these ideas on things I wanted to do, and, you know, we had talked before about just the lack of confidence. I didn't grow up in an environment where confidence was you know, I didn't learn confidence. It was really Elena who
had really supported me in that area. She always believed in me. Having little wins along the way and having support and direction from her, it's like, it's okay to fail, but I know you can do it type of thing. You know, and I remember like towards the end of my career at Microsoft, just, you know, wanting so badly to get out of that and open up the gym and feeling like this is never gonna happen. Like, this is my dream.
Like, I didn't really feel like that was like a big part of who he was. I think he grew to not be passionate about it.
You know, and she would always be like, it's definitely gonna happen one of these days. Stick with it. And lo and behold, it did. So she had the belief in me. Yeah, I wouldn't have what I have if it wasn't for her. He did have good qualities. You know, he was a strong person, a strong-willed person. He was capable, at least on the outside, he had confidence and stuff like that. But that's kind of where it ended. Like, our relationship was terrible. He was, like I said, he was a violent alcoholic, and it went on for, you know, ever since I was born, you know, up until after I left home. I knew for sure as I was growing up, I did not want to be like that to other people. You know, in terms of the gym, it's the same type of thing. It's like we have people coming in there with all different levels of fitness and experience and all that. But, you know, everybody's capable of achieving more than they have right now. Everybody's capable of doing what we do at the gym. You know, if they believe in themselves, if they show up consistently, and if they have that support, absolutely they can do it. And so I want them to feel that way when they walk through the door.
Let's get it right.
Okay.
So, Kyle, that's what we just did. Okay. We're going to take it from the rack.
Can I get that battery? That's so cool.
We're going to bring your feet, hold on, sound on the ground. Bring your feet close together. Now get all the way down. Roll the bar in T-shins. Nope, sound on the ground. Yeah, so you want your knees here. Okay. Now you're going to get a full grip onto that bar. Eyes up, back nice and tight. Now from there, you got to grip the bar for me. Yep. Pull it up. That's your start every time. Now next you go, you're gonna pull, catch on to the shoulder. Okay, 3, 2, go. Okay, up, stand up, relax right there. Let's try and get that bar to catch it on the shoulder, so let it rock, relax into your fingertips. Elbows up. That's it, that's where you want to catch, right there. So we're not catching it on the wrist, we're letting the shoulders be kind of like that primary catch, right? Come right back down. Good. Let's try that one more time. Nice.
I'm trying to get it.
No, you're actually not doing bad. Stand all the way up. That's perfect. Put it down. So your first time doing it with the barbell, that's looking pretty good. We're going to stay with that weight though.
Okay.
Now, for the fight, if 7 calories feels like it's too much, like in the aspect of like, say it's taking you 40 seconds, dial it back to 5. It's your first class. I want you to like, do what you can handle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do what's digestible, and then we'll increase the testing from there. Okay. Sound good?
I had no actual training in technology. I just kind of like was self-taught. I would get a job and like learn how the hell to do it and stuff. And within a year, I was making more money than he had ever made in his entire life, you know? And I was like, to me, that felt pretty good. And I think he was proud of that. He never said it to me, but he would say it to other people and it would get back to me. He never talked anything about athletically being proud, not that I know of, you know. But I think he would probably be very proud of what's going on here, the type of father I am, you know, the business, like taking a chance and doing this, you know. I think he'd be very proud.
That's good.
Yeah, I think, and I'm hopeful that had he still been here, he would have evolved more as a human being, like as a person, gotten more mature to be able to see that and admit it and be confident enough in himself that, hey, it's okay if somebody else is successful. I can commend that, you know what I mean? The difference between me now and me is, you know, the younger version of myself, I was petrified of failing, no matter what it was. It takes some faith, you gotta leap, you gotta trust, you gotta be willing to fail. Realizing I wasn't good at it, but even worse than that, everybody else realizing, oh yeah, he wasn't good at that thing, he failed. And now, ironically enough, I kind of look forward to those opportunities to fail at something, because I believe that if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. You're not really trying to find your true potential. How do you know what's gonna work and what's not gonna work? Unless you try something that doesn't work. And it's only a failure if it doesn't work out and I literally learn nothing from it. I have a confidence that we can get this done, one way or another. Now I love talking in front of groups of people.
Kind of separating, so we're not all gonna be on the bottom. That bottom arm on the ground as well.
I'm not afraid to take on, you know, big challenges outside, even if it's something I've never done before. But I think it'd be really awesome if there was an event you could sign up for and you had no idea what it was, like literally no idea. You sign up for it, and then as it's unraveling, they tell you what the next thing is. Here's what we're doing, here's what we're doing. Like that sort of thing intrigues me now, and I was never like that growing up. You know, so it's kind of interesting that, you know, I grew up with this relationship with my father that wasn't supportive, you know, that wasn't, you know, confidence building, etc. And I learned enough through that situation, through those experiences, that, you know, I knew that wasn't the type of person I wanted to be. You know, whether it's, you know, being a husband or a father and now owning a gym, it's like how I operate and how I treat people are literally the exact opposite. Well, of course, we praise people for their accomplishments at the gym, but whether they hit those accomplishments or not, like the desired you know, we praise them for the effort. We praise them for showing up, because sometimes showing up is enough. And, you know, people should feel that. There's a lot going on in everybody's lives, and showing up to the gym and giving it what you have that day is extremely admirable. And, you know, we try not to let a moment go by where we're not high-fiving people and giving them kudos for things like that. This is like the exact opposite of how I grew up.
And he had all these ideas about how to like change people's lives. And it's honestly insane to see that it's actually worked out. I had no doubt in my mind that it would work out, but just after 5 years, I feel like that's great.
Yes, it's about the fitness, it's about getting help with nutrition, but it's a sense of being part of this group that really cares about each other and supports each other and wants to see each other excel and get better.
I think that even though we've recently celebrated 5 years, I still think this is just the beginning. And I think, and I truly believe that everyone's going to be behind them to support them every step of the way.
Quality base here. The Eagle has landed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engines running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Stop right here, and I was like, she's like, keep going, so I went a little bit more. Like,
Do I need to stand right there and you say, brother?
I was waiting, I'm like,
Just
oh, just want me to go. And
dude, relax. Jesus Christ.
hey, what the heck?
You're
I'm trying not to sweat, okay?
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, what's up?
Could you just talk a little bit louder because they're like talking?
Oh,
so I
yeah.
want to make sure that you're like a little bit above them.
Shut up over there. All right, take two.
Hey, relax.
Literally everything's been
Would
a
you tell
one
him to
take.
relax?
When they walk through the door.
And so, let's pause for a second.
Dude, there's never anybody. It's always quiet. It's so quiet here all the time.
This will actually make a great comedy special if you get the bloopers in there.
This
Just
entire documentary has been one take. Except for this. It's because you're involved.
Go.
This is probably one of the last times that
Yeah. We have helicopters now.
It's like we try to film.
This is amazing.
Everything has to.
Angie, you agree?
I agree with you. I agree. Yeah.
All right. Now loosen up. I thought I was gonna have to kick somebody's ass.
Let's try it again, Mike. Hey, action.
We need a direct out here.